So, welcome back to our channels, Warriors. Holy shit, I went and did it for you guys, man. Right now, in the latest news is death row inmates getting released to the main line. So I said, you know what, let me go straight to the source, man. I don't want to fucking bullshit. So right now, I got on the phone none other than George Anthony Hernandez, aka Skeleto from Arlanza Gang Despensa. CDC number AC, what is it, 1222?
Yeah.
All right. So, dude, I told you we're gonna first of all, um, thank you for this opportunity, man. The world wants to know what's going on in there, man, and you're the one that's been in there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the time. And good morning. Good morning to everyone. Okay, so, yeah, man. We wanted to
Can you
get
can you speak can you
transfers and stuff, or?
can you speak up a little? And the first thing I'm gonna ask you is about your arrest, and when
Okay.
when you started and your thought process during when they gaffled you up.
Oh, yeah, cool. Okay. So let's do this. So let's see. I was first arrested back in 2004. And, I've done prison terms, previous prison terms, four of them actually before this. But on this case, I was arrested in 2004. And it was originally for like large quantity of methamphetamine and money and weapons, some firearms. And that day, I was at a hotel and they raided that hotel. They were looking for it was like a fluke thing. They were looking for the previous occupants, and yeah, I happened to be there. They felt I was acting suspicious, and one thing led to another. And so they had me detained right there, and I actually got away. I actually jumped from the second tier from the second story and got away. And one of the officers tried to do it. He broke his leg. It was in the police report. It was kind of crazy, but so I ran. I got away and I ran as far as I could, and I ended up in some like enclosed apartments that are really gated community apartments, and I couldn't run anymore, so I just jumped to the back of one of the yards, like a brick wall yard. I just lay there, and I'm on the phone with one of the homies, and I'm telling him where I'm at. He's trying to get me out of there. He's trying to get me before the cops get me, and like he's right there seconds away, and bang, the cops come and get me. I'm all there bleeding. I'm out of breath. I actually was about to throw up. I can't remember if I threw up. I was so exhausted from running. I ran myself to exhaustion, and I'm bleeding from the razor wire. My hands are cut up. I'm jumping. There's like fences in between the apartments and hotels and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm there, and they get me. They get me, man. Got me a car and all that, and getting processed and stuff, and we're driving to the county jail. I'm like, damn, man. Thinking about 3 strikes and all that stuff. Because I already had 2 strikes, and on the way to the county, I hear the radio going, and it's something about a 187 and to reroute your suspect to GIB, which is like the Gang Investigative Bureau. I just heard 187. I was like, man, I just felt everything just slow down. And just I remember that moment. Just
What did you think, man?
I knew it was all bad.
What went through your mind? What went through your mind when you heard 187 over that radio?
Man, everything just stopped. I felt like, man, this is it right here. I mean, I'm not saying I'm guilty, or just to know just the way they said, just the way it came off. It just, I don't know. I knew it was serious.
Yeah.
I knew it was serious, and yeah. So they took. I wasn't even charged for that originally. And I went to GIB, and the homicide detective came and said, I'm a suspect in a murder that took place a couple months ago, and alleged hit and all this stuff. I'm like, nah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the end of the interview. It ended there. So, well, it wasn't even an interview. That was it. And so the guy, he didn't say nothing. So he took me to the county. It was like a month later, actually. So
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
drug sales and firearms and stuff. And then a month later, I get a 187 filing. Damn. So that happens. And so now I'm there facing two separate cases, and it got even worse after that. Just kind of just it kept happening.
Real,
Big county jail, right?
real quick, real quick. So you're facing two separate charges. One you said for some dope, some guns, and then the separate one was for an alleged 187. Were you in your head thinking, I might maybe get 20 years, I might maybe get life? Were you thinking of the consequences?
I actually thought I felt like I was life. I felt like it was over. I I didn't think death penalty, but I thought life. I thought, you know what, I'm never getting out. That's it right here. Pretty much felt that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, doing all this time, and it sounds crazy, but doing all this time that I've done, and in the back of my head, I always knew it's crazy. I always knew I'd be here. I always knew that one day I'd be here or doing life, and that's the craziest thing that I
Right.
didn't stop myself right there to say, hey, well, if that's your day, if that's where you're gonna go, stop. But it doesn't work that way. I was so deeply entrenched in what I was doing and what I was involved with it, and I couldn't. There's things I couldn't just turn my back on at that point.
Let me ask you this, because I think it's important. Were you using controlled substances, drugs during that period of time?
I was. I was using methamphetamine, but not like hardcore though. Because I had a lot of responsibilities. Like I can't really get you that, but I had a lot of responsibilities I was in charge of a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
so because of that, I had to stay, and we're not even allowed to use that right there. So it was very lightweight, and I had to stay, normal alert and
Yeah,
cool and
focused.
sleep every night, eat every day. So yeah, I wasn't like a tweaker dude or anything like that. So yeah, I had to stay right, man, because if you don't, in that world right there, that could be the end of you, right?
Correct. Correct. So, we're moving a little faster than normal. That's good though because we're on a time crunch. So, with that being said, you are now in county jail. What was that experience like? Like I said, you can just give me a brief overrun and then maybe your court proceedings and then when you heard that judge give you that fucking sentence.
Okay. Well, you want to go? Let's see. Well, in the county, we could do the isolation. How was isolation and all that first?
Yeah.
We go through that and why I went. So as you know, I was allegedly, or not allegedly, they found a relationship had began between me and a female deputy, and I'll keep that brief and just say that she in the end was charged and sentenced to for was it helping me to get witnesses murdered or try to get witnesses murdered and get a homicide detective murdered and to bring drugs into the facility. Okay, so when they raided her house for that for those allegations, they also came with a search warrant and searched my cell.
Okay.
Outside law enforcement. I never seen anything like this. It's crazy. Yeah, outside law enforcement come and hit my cell, and at that time, as a Bruno, me and the homie were drinking, and I was kind of faded. I had all kinds of stuff in there, man, just different things. And they're all there, and we got like guns, pepper ball guns, all these things. They're like, get out of here, man. I said, you know what? I'll come out when I'm ready. I sat there and drank drink the rest of my Bruno in front of them, just kind of chill, right? They were screaming. I just finished my thought, like, man, might as well. It's already.
They didn't crack the cell?
I'm over there. No, they didn't crack the cell. And so it's a high power. It's a high power. It's a high power unit, and also they had me down as level 4, nothing but level 4 experience. So
Yeah.
Because of that. So I'm over there doing my thing, and so they tell me I'm ready. I come out, and they put me in they kicked me down to R&R. They're acting weird as hell. I don't know what's going on. They're just acting crazy. I don't know what their types or anything else, and they're acting like hell weird. All kinds of brass around. Just it's a trippy situation. They take me to R&R, and they put me in a holding tank. And I stayed there for literally like over a day. They didn't give me food. They do nothing.
What?
People, every once in a while, people.
What jail was this?
Oh, this is Riverside County Jail.
Riverside County Jail. All right.
So I'm in that room. And I have people walking by and looking at me every once in a while and just like talking and stuff. And it's crazy. And so fine.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They gave me some stuff, and it was like 2 days later. It's in a holding thing with nothing. They came back to a different cell, and they put me in a cell in a different 3 project. And they put me in the opposite pod in a cell by myself. I'm like, what's up, man? What's going on? They're like, oh, man. Like, I know a lot of them officers. I've known them for like many years, and they always pretty cool with me and tell me what's up with stuff. They're like, man, this is above me. I can't touch this. I'm like, damn, something's up, right? So I go to visit that day. I get someone comes to visit me, and when I go to visit, and when it's over, they say, hey, Hernandez, go ahead, go to the attorney booth when you're done. you're being rehoused. So I was like tripping, and so I never made it back to my cell that day, and they came and got me, took me upstairs to what was it, the seventh floor, and seventh floor is the medical unit, and it's also the isolation unit, but it's like extreme isolation. It's like sealed, and it has everything in there you need. Has a shower, TV, had telephone, but I'll get to that later. They disconnected my phone, but I have everything in there, so you don't come out. You stay in there, and you can't hear you from outside. So you can't talk to anyone. It's not like that up there. And so they put me in the cell, and I find out later, was it from the newspaper or from through visit or something that they had arrested that female deputy, and they, that's why they came and hit me like that. And so now they're acting crazy. I mean, they're tearing up my cell all the time. They're it was crazy. They took my telephone privileges. They covered up my windows so I couldn't even see
Damn.
outside my cell. I stayed like that for over 5 years. I tried. I didn't even get recreation the first year. I fought that. I beat that on my own in a motion I did myself in the court to the judge. I'm like, man, I said, I'm cuffed up. What can I possibly do? They have me cuffed up, and he told the deputy, like, look, man, you guys got batons. He's cuffed up. If you guys can't handle taking him to recreation, you're in the wrong job. He said, you gotta give him his recreation. They gave him my rec. But the phones, I lost that one, even though it was proven I had never done anything. Use the phones that they could prove to do anything. They say I speak in code, or they're saying using like Aztec languages and codes, and they don't know what it means, and it could be this and that. But it was never proven. But he took them nonetheless. He said just for he took me safe, so I had to be safe. I'm sorry. They kept my phone privileges for the whole time I was there.
Yeah.
Over 5 years. So yeah, the 5 years go by. That it was totally isolated at that time. It's probably one of the hardest things I went through in my life right there, for sure, was being alone. I'm a social person. I'm kind of person I am, and I'll never just shut down. Just shut down. Just nothing. Just total. Just alone.
Did that isolation cell? Did that isolation cell have a shower in it within the cell?
Yeah. Yep.
Let me ask you this: from the perspective of an inmate, is that a convenient thing or an inconvenient thing to have a shower in your cell?
Way convenient. It's cool, but in this situation, it was like that meant that's one of the things I come out myself for.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you don't want your own cell. It's cool, but the fact the isolation part would kill it.
Right.
I had no interaction.
It's like El Chapo status.
So El Chapo status, man. It was crazy, and so they were also giving me like a lot of newer deputy stuff were giving me this attitude, trying to act like tough with me, like if they were taking it out on me. But what happened with the female?
Right.
And so I don't want to get taller. So when they were searching my cell every time I go to visit, that's the only thing I did have. Only thing I did have was my visits, and they would tear my cell up every single time. Then like one day it was there was blueprints on my shoes. I was like, that's enough right there. That's all right. So I made my mind. I'm gonna assault. I'm gonna assault first chance I get. I'm gonna assault one guy. Get one of these guys. And so one day, so it wasn't built for that. That floor was not designed for that. So in the visiting room didn't have a tray slot for it to take the cuff off. So I would get on my knees and I cross my legs and all that stuff, and then they would close the door and leave. That's how I would go to visit.
Yeah.
So I got my knees cross my legs. Yeah. So one day they got lazy and kind of just say, "Here's real quick." That's my day. And mind you, I was double escort, sergeant escort, camera escort already at this time. And so he took one off. I just with one cuff off. I just started.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Call back.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
All right, dude. So they were uncuffing you, and then you were about to do your thing, man.
Yeah, I did my thing. I got one real good on the top of them. The other one like kicking me from the back. I just focused on the one guy. I started just screaming, Hernandez over there. So I did it until the backup came, and they came in. But believe it or not, when they came, they didn't touch me. They got me and just took me and they put me in a chair down there, the restraint chair for like a day. But they didn't. You would think they would just mollywop me. They didn't do nothing.
Were you surprised that they didn't? Were you surprised that they didn't get theirs?
Very surprised. Yeah, very surprised. I was very surprised, man. And so they take me to the restraint chair, and I go through another isolation for 30 days, and I go back to that. But after that, the tone was set, and they actually came in and they spoke with me. Like a lot of higher ups would always come talk to me, like higher ups, even the even though what's the name, the sheriff, they would come by and be like, hey man, we apologize how they were, there's no need for them to be disrespecting like that. That was out of line. I'm not saying what I did was right. I think, but they understood that,
Right.
I'm already going through a lot of stuff with the situation, and there's no need for them to be constantly on me like that and disrespecting my stuff. So after that, everything kind of smoothed out, and so um, there's that. And so then he finally I get my charges. Well, I actually got indicted, grand jury indictment on that. On the case involving the deputy, where it was for allegedly attempted to get some witnesses murdered and bring drugs in, and I got indicted on that. Also, for a separate case of attempted to have the homicide detective murdered on my case. And so I get those. So I end up with 5 cases total.
In your opinion, I mean, you were the prime suspect in all of this. Do you think they were going overboard with the charges, or the charges at the time were appropriate for what the circumstances that were actually transpiring? Were they putting a 10 on shit, or was it just like, hey, they're calling it like they see it?
I guess in the middle. Calling
Okay.
it like they see it somewhat, but also putting a 10 on a lot of stuff too. Though. I mean, it was way exaggerated. Dude was obsessed with me, and I'm not saying this. They testified that he was obsessed with me. The deputies would testify against the homicide detective, saying this dude would literally, because he had all my mail that went out that I wrote, he would come and get copies, take to read it.
Yeah.
They said that he would literally run from his son's young kid's baseball game if I sent a letter out just so he could come and read it. Like they said it was weird, man. They testified in open court like that, kind of clowning him. Like, I knew this dude was weird. He was obsessed with me, man, in a weird way. But,
Yeah.
So yeah. It was excessive, man. It wasn't really how they portrayed it. But so yeah. So now so I did my isolation. I ended up getting all the cases consolidated, and I ended up getting a death penalty. For the murder that happened outside.
When was the first time that you heard the word death penalty in your journey?
It was, that's another thing. It was when the deputy thing. Once that happened, and it was like, all right, we're going death penalty. It was just life before that.
Right.
Before that. Once it was that. But then again, it's not just her because I guess they would say me how I'm was it that I still doing crime after being incarcerated.
Right.
Still trying to get witnesses. So I see the reasoning on it. But yeah, it was at that point when they started to take the death penalty.
Did that change the game for you mentally, or did it change the game for you mentally?
Man, another thing with I was already fucking, man. Excuse me.
Are you good, dude?
Okay, so when she got arrested and I was put in isolation, they went and raided. This is great. I read all the reports, man. They did what's it called when you do searches, the searches, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it was, to like pretty much everyone connected to me. Everyone, even people in prison and cells, they had outside law enforcement doing all these searches, and everyone on the streets, every single person was linked to me. And so they did that and try to deter people from helping me. They wanted to scare everybody.
Right.
And people got arrested. It was already, everything was, they were just trying to break my communication down, and they were successful in many ways, right? And they just shut me down, man. And so, I don't know, it was just that.
Let me ask you this, man. Had law enforcement not come at you as hard as they did with the tactics that they used, do you think your criminal career would have progressed to a whole nother level?
Yeah, probably. I guess it would have.
All right. That was just a question, man, that I thought would be a fair question,
Yeah, I really thought that. Yeah, I guess it would have.
So you knew death penalty was on the table. Was it like in the movies, man, where they say, we find you, Mr. Hernandez, guilty and sentenced to death? How did that go?
Oh, yeah. On the sentencing, they do a whole thing, a whole speech where they're like, sentence you to death to be executed.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Say that again?
Yeah, they get technical. They say to be they say, yeah, we sentence you to be executed at San Quentin prison, and they are real technical and real specific by let's say by lethal injection. Yeah, they say that whole thing, and I didn't even. I kind of wanted to say something. I never had a chance to even speak. They just said their thing, and then that was it. And
Homie, you get last words.
and
Hey, homie, you get last words, not first words.
I don't say I didn't get last words.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, I stayed there a few more months and ended up, going to San Quentin.
And when you touched down there, have you been in the same location since when?
The whole time in the county, I was in the isolation cell.
No, when you hit San Quentin.
Oh, okay. Oh, so when I come to San Quentin, I'm they're all over me, man. It's just, with his case and all that stuff, and the squad picks me up. Like that's just how they do it. Pick me up from the van, and they're like, "We've been waiting for you." All this BS. I'm like, you guys are talking about. So they took me to the adjustment center, which is the shoe for death row.
Okay.
Shoe for death row, and so I go there. I stay there for a while, and then eventually, finally, they let me out and come over to East Lock. And but they still wouldn't let me get my grade A privileges for a whole year. They let me stay on grade A for no reason for a whole year, and without any, and so yeah, I do that. And coming here to as opposed to everywhere I've been, mostly level 4 180. This was a complete opposite of everything I've experienced. It was like I don't know how to describe it, man. They were like this place is it's the same people that have been here for decades, and everyone knows each other, and they have their own culture right here, man. They have their own rules, their own, like everywhere else. Like for instance, after 10 o'clock, it's shut down. That's it, and you don't go against that. Right here, they intentionally have loud conversations after 10 all night, loud as hell. Like not everyone, but a lot of people, and that's just like it's like whatever, because everyone here is on different yards. Everyone's segregated, so you can't really get to everyone. So
Right.
it's kind of wild, man.
Right.
Wild because of that. And my first time even talking to over here, I can't eat because there's no homies over here, really. Everyone's in the AC. So I kind of I was like mad at the world just about my environment. I eventually adapted to this craziness right here, but I wouldn't even talk to them. I was just trying to get to myself, and that was that. But
Initially, um, I'm gonna need you to speak up on this next answer. Initially, what was worse, the isolation in Riverside County Jail, or when you arrived to San Quentin Death Row Adjustment Center?
County jail for sure, man. That like wounded. I don't say wounded me. That scarred me, man. That 5.5 years without any type of social interaction. You try to imagine that. It weighs hard on you, man.
Yeah.
I felt so weird when I came to be around the homies. Like I felt so. I'm like the homies think they're locked down here, but we're all coming out together, talking in the cages, and they don't understand. People don't understand how much what that is, right? How much more that is just to have that. And so I'm feeling kind of awkward just engaging in conversations with homies at first, because I feel like I'm brand new or something, because I had been all those years where all my social skills, I feel like they deteriorated. It was a trip.
Damn.
And so, it took me a while to get back to you guys. It's weird, man. And it left like, I feel like it left some weird, it does something to you. But so yeah, it was right there. We at least had each other to talk over to your, go to.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Even if you're on walk alone, you can still keep it all next to each other. You guys can chop it up every day.
So people from all over the world watch this channel, man. And me personally, I've never been. Well, yeah, I've been to San Quentin on a tour, but I don't remember. But anyways, what can you tell the public about San Quentin? The inmates on death row, the interactions. People say death row, people think monsters. I'm gonna be honest. I think people like Richard Ramirez and shit like that. What is it like in death row from an inmate's perspective?
Okay, so yeah, you do have your weirdos. We call them weirdos. They're like the straight guys, and these serial killer type, and people see them as these monsters, and those people are almost all the time, 100% time cowards and like weenies, man. These people are afraid of these guys. They prey on people like they prey on regular people who they're not involved in any type of violent anything, and they prey on women, they prey, children. Right here around real gangsters, they're meek as hell. They don't even come out. They hide their face, and that's them, right? So you won't see a lot of them. They'll just hide themselves for decades. And but it feels weird. You feel it. It's a weird feeling. It's feeling like weird, knowing that that's all around you.
Like eerie?
It's a dirty, eerie, and it's a gross ass feeling. Yeah, it's hard to describe, but yeah, I felt that more.
Like Hannibal Lecter?
But yeah,
Like the movie Silence of the Lamb?
yeah, yeah. You feel that shit, man. It's a nasty presence. It's always because it's all mixed right here. So you have neighbors and just whatever, right? It's all around. And then yeah. So but one thing I know, one crazy thing that always stood out to me about death row compared to other prisons is for some weird ass reason the majority of people here are like very intelligent. Like conversations here on a whole different level of sophistication that I've seen anywhere. And it's the majority. It's like a lot of people. There's something I don't know why that is. I don't know why it is, man. But
Oh.
We all know that. A lot of people know.
It's probably like the Pelican Bay shoe, man. You sit around and you get knowledgeable reading those books and having those articulate conversations.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be that. And other than that, yeah, it has like I said, a creepiness factor. You have all that. And Richard Ramirez was on the tier with me for a while, and that dude would get stacks of freaking mail. Like he had his own little thing for mail because he had all these women trying to get at him. That's crazy. That's how like it's weird. You got all these people that
there's a word for that.
What is it?
I don't know the word, but there's a word for these female fucking fans that love the people like the Hernandez brothers, the Richard Ramirez, the Charles Mansons of the world.
Yeah, it's true, man. There's a weird following for all that stuff. Especially in Europe, like England and stuff. There's a lot of them.
So, what does it feel like, man? Look, this is the only way. I was in the military, right? I went to Iraq. There was a strong possibility I could get killed. You were in a gang or are in a gang, you know you could get killed. But what is the feeling that you have been sentenced to death and that you know, hey, this is probably going to fucking happen?
Well, at first it was that, right? But to be honest, and I felt that at first. It's kind of like that doomy feeling, or just it's a weird feeling. It's hard to describe that one. But it quickly went away because they stopped the death penalty. So that's kind of ineffective. That's why it's like it's no longer.
Oh, it went away.
They stopped it just before. Yeah, they stopped it before I even got here.
That's interesting.
Since I've been here. Yeah, so everyone feels like it's not even don't even apply to us anymore.
Wow.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
You wanna Yeah. Fuck it, we'll keep it going.
Call back or leave?
Call back.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Yo, so you said that feeling went away for that people think they're gonna be sentenced to death.
Right, because they challenged the method of execution, saying that it was deemed cruel and unusual because people were just experiencing pain and being paralyzed before they were getting killed and all these things. So it got held up in court, and then they actually the court actually stopped it. It said no more execution until we figure this out, and it's never been figured out. And each time something does come up, it's thrown out. It's just credited or saying no, that won't work either. And then you have people not wanting to. The drug, the pharmaceutical industry saying they don't want to contribute to this, and so it's all kinds of things, red tape.
That's a trip.
This is everything. Everything's in the way now. So then you got the governor now, and he stepped in, and he said no one's going to be executed while I'm here anyway. And I see him as either going to get rid of it on his way out, or he's just part of this Norway thing about to happen. This big this Norway model happening here is a way for him to make sure that it doesn't happen as well. Because he had the chamber execution chamber actually removed.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And then he actually had it removed that little chamber. So then so I feel like him spreading this out like this is gonna make it even harder for them to come back and execute us. It seems like a tactic to me.
Okay.
Make it more difficult.
No, you're probably right.
That's all of a lot of our hands.
Yeah. So we're kind of ahead of schedule, but I want to give you the floor, man, because like I want you to say like what you know thus far, what the hell is happening in the rest of CDCR, what have you seen, people leaving, going to other places, and what you want the public to know.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I've heard of some. Well, first of all, I wanted to mention that I've never seen your channel or anything. I thought about you. I thought about you through my wife. She watches it, and
Yeah.
she's telling me she's always told me about how good you are, how interesting it is, and she went got your number and thought she contacted you. That's why I said
Yeah.
so. What she's saying, though, what she said there's everything that she sees out there. There's no real accurate information as to what's really happening here on this road. So, yeah, I'm glad I could say give some insight on that.
Yeah.
Um, so, it started with the pilot program before COVID, and that I guess was successful, and they ended up making it a mandatory thing where everyone's doing it. And so it stopped while COVID happened, and that shut everything down. Then about a month ago, it fired back up, and so it's been going. I think there's probably some hiccups at first, but it's been going pretty smooth, and at the rate it's at right now is about 30 people a week are leaving
God
being transferred here.
damn.
Yeah, it's going fast. It's going really fast. You go to committee, you'll go to committee, and then here's the process right now. You go to committee, and that's your final ICC, and then from that, after maybe 2 weeks after that, or two, maybe 2 weeks, they'll come and get your property, and maybe a week or two after that, you'll actually transfer.
Who's on the committee? The
And
warden?
yeah, everyone. They have to be
Right.
ICC,
Right.
so you gotta have the whole crew right there. Um, but I mean, they made this. They had come back and made these new rules regarding this, because the whole one of the purpose of them actually getting us out of here is to get money to get money. It was in the Proposition 66. That's why they wanted us to work and pay the people who owe restitution to pay it, because there's no jobs here, and that was the whole point of this whole thing. It's just we're sitting here, we might as well get money out of it. So when this first began, everyone's points were so high, everyone's like, because we have a mandatory minimum of 60 to be on death row, so that everyone was so high because of that, and there's no jobs up there. So they came behind later and made a regulations where we start from 19 instead. And
Really?
so this is, yeah, it's all kinds of crazy shit happening. And so then they came back on that. Then then now they're doing, I don't know what's going on now, but everyone's points are getting jacked up, and they're straight manipulating our points. They're not giving us credit for our good time credit, the 4 points minus for each year disciplinary free. We're not getting that, and well, it depends on who you are. Some people are, and people with like histories like mine, they jack my points up. My points are 30 points higher than my annual 3 years ago, and I've been disciplinary free. So that's impossible. That's impossible. And I'm supposed to start from 19, so they're I don't know what they're up to, man,
I
but
just
they're
I just
jacking
came
up certain people.
I just came to a conclusion or a possibility because maybe the counselors do not want to inherit risk, and they're like, fuck it, instead of putting this dude on a level 2, I'm gonna try to do my best, put him on a level 3 or level 4.
Well, but here's the thing, though. They're doing that, but they're giving you that override down one. Everyone's getting that override down.
Yeah.
Like me, it's only on level 4. Hey, but I get to go to level 3 because I've been disciplinary free for 2 years. It's a 2 year thing. They say the how do we say, the bar is 2 years disciplinary free, and you have it qualifies you to be to get to override one level. So I'm going to level 3 is what they told me, but 80 points. But I should be level 3 anyway, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, a lot of people at first, like people were not getting transferred to it. They said we go to one or two places that we pick, and so at first it was crazy, man. We were finding out everyone's going to places they didn't have, like Pelican Bay. A lot of people were going to Pelican Bay, and no one wanted to go. No one wants to go there. So if there are times they're gonna accommodate us. They know it's it's a hard thing for us to go through. We've been here all this time, and they're supposed to be all this accommodating. But people are getting shipped all over the place, and but then sometimes you'll hear people going where they want, or getting second choice. But it's I don't know. It seems like most people are not going where they want to go, and as far as stuff going on out there, I don't really know. I know everything's being integrated, and I don't. I was in the loop. I've been over here so long, so I don't really know how all that stuff's working. It seems like most people from here are going to non-designated, is from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And we've heard a few things like
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
my homies getting off on the bus with people who are saying they're staying there, just different things. I've heard that's been happening all over. And I don't know, for us, it's crazy because we've been single cell this entire time, decades, some people decades, and I had a celly, so I know we're all gonna be a little bit weird, man. At first it's gonna be a awkward situation, and but they are saying they're gonna give us the first 6 months um, by ourselves if we want without a celly to acclimate to it,
I was just thinking, man.
and
You not only will you possibly have one Sally, you might possibly have 5 Sallys on a level 2 yard inside of a big ass dorm cell.
oh wow,
Yeah, there's six man cells.
crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy right there.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I don't know if you know this, but on death row, we've always been handcuffed straight at safe status.
Right.
Even though A credit, privilege group A, we're handcuffed. So this is our first time being able to walk around like that. So I know for everyone it's just super awkward just to have your hands out, just walking with your hands out. So that's a big difference for us. And our yards that we're on right here are
Well, let me ask you a question, man. Of everything that you've gone through as a result of law enforcement tactics, has that deterred you from criminal activity? Did it make you want to be like? Did they get their point across?
never. That's something I've always tried to talk about. I've read so much. I've read a lot. I've studied
Right.
philosophy, theology, everything you think of. I've read. And I remember reading Thucydides. He was this is from BC, before the Peloponnesian War. At that point, they knew that death penalty was not a deterrent from crime. They knew it at that point, and they already knew that was already certain. And that's true to this day. No one's gonna. No, I'm giving you an extreme death penalty. No one's gonna be involved in a situation out there and say, "Wait, I might get the death penalty." It just doesn't happen. It's not. It's never gonna happen.
Correct.
It's never gonna be happening that way. And things are just passionate moments. There's just so many other things. Human beings are not like that, man. And it's not a deterrent to crime. It's just simply it's not. And yeah, jail maybe with certain aspects of it, but just no, it doesn't work that way, man. And I don't think it works that way for anybody.
What do you think would change somebody mentally or go past it? Just to them get tired of the bullshit, like maybe hitting their bottom?
Mm-hmm. I think, but you guys have a chance to get out. Maybe like to hit the bottom. Well, honestly, I like the opposite. I like the rehabilitation. I like the programs like they're doing, like the dog programs.
Right.
Everything I've seen about that, it seems very positive, man. And
yeah.
Guys, like I mentioned, they have a 0 recidivism rate. And yeah, I don't know where to get to that point, but I know that people involved with that, it seems like they got their humanity back. It seems they're bonding with these dogs, and it seems like they've changed. These people really have a completely different mentality. They're more friendly with each other, and just able to talk like you don't hear people talking in prison. Like about feelings, and it's like regular people talk.
No, yeah, I've seen it, man. I've been in the presence of inmates, the dogs, and they have the little poop bags and the treats. It's just, man, it's like you're at the park, for real. For real.
It's a trip. So to me, that's what we do. It's not the bad. Maybe you think it'd be something bad. I see it the other way around.
Okay.
And that's why I don't know if I'm in support of everything they're doing with the California law. I'm not, but
right.
There are things. I think the point, the main part of it is a good idea. You gotta do it right.
Right, correct. Let me ask you this, since we're on the subject and it's a good opportunity. What do you think about correctional officers playing sports against inmates? Basketball, soccer, softball.
I think they shouldn't be required to do it. I think if they wanted to do it, shit, that might be too far. That might be too far, man. You know what? Yeah, just let them make.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
For me personally, I wouldn't do it. I think that's too far.
Right.
I just I don't know why. Probably because of how I've done time and stuff. So I just probably couldn't do it.
Just because we see the potential of what can possibly happen.
Mm-hmm.
injuries, over familiarity, you know, all the whole nine.
Right, that's true. That's true. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen from that negative. I don't know, though, man.
You just want action, huh? You're tired of being right there.
No, I don't think. Oh yeah, but I just think we're just been so used to being a certain way in
Correct.
California, United States, and we see prison as a certain thing. That's all we've known. But you look at these other places, it's a lot different. People are however you treat them. You know, if you treat a person a certain way, they're gonna behave a certain way, and that's human nature as well.
True.
Maybe we should look a little bit more at that. You know,
True.
maybe there's something that you know.
Man, these are some fucking in-depth conversations, dude. So
Yeah.
so that's your goal, man. Touchdown. Get into those rehabilitative programs, and then, you know, maybe get some action in the future.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like right now these times. This is a crazy time in California or even the United States for as far as lifers and people on death row all over. On death row in California, there's been people that have gotten out from it, straight parole from death row. There's so many cases getting turned over right now. So many people getting like there's a lot getting from death penalty just life without. But then there's a lot of people just getting out. A lot of life people just I feel like now we're getting a little bit more because you know I don't know if you know this, but the justice system is corrupt as a mother, man.
Yeah.
That shit is so unfair. That shit is so unfair, man. And I get it. People need to pay for their crimes, but it's so crazy. I had to laugh so many times at just the crazy just the lying, the manipulation, just all the different things that they did. It was crazy to me, and it was just it's a crazy show, man. And I think if they actually follow the actual rules of law and the rules of trial, that a lot of people wouldn't have got sentenced or wouldn't have gotten convicted. And you know they're just maybe that's what they just want to get their convictions. I don't know. But there's a lot of people that are innocent. There have to be innocent people that are convicted. I know people that are innocent that are convicted. I'm not saying it's a lot, but there are people.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
That are innocent.
Yeah, let me end it, dude. But I appreciate your time, man. I think we hit the nail on the head, man. I think we agree. I think we agree on a lot of things, man, and we see it the same as far as corruption and shit going. So there you guys have it, folks. George Hernandez, CDCR number AC1222. You want to put money on the dude's books? There it is, man. Somebody from the trenches, death row. So thanks, dude. Thanks for coming on and speaking to us.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. You have a good one in there.